All right, welcome back to another one of our film reviews. Today we are talking Miami Dolphins rookie edge defender Chomp Robinson. Robinson is very quickly becoming a superstar, not just a star, but a legitimate game wrecker for this Dolphins defense. He continues to impress, and we've got a great set of cut-ups highlighting everything he does for this Dolphins defense in a dominating performance. As always, if you appreciate this content, give us a like, give us any comments with any feedback you might have. But without further ado, let's jump right into the film. All right, let's start off with a pass rush. There's Robinson right there on the right side of your screen. He's lined up in what we're going to call a wide nine technique. You can see the Patriots have a tight end right here, even though he's lined up in a split stance. He's basically lined up in where a tight end would be. So Robinson's alignment is like a wide nine technique. If he was on the outside shoulder of the tackle, we may call that a 5. If he was head up or inside, we may call that a 6. But he's this wide, so we call that a wide 9. Basically, it means he's a long way from the quarterback right now. One of the reasons the Patriots in any offense puts a tight end right here is to widen out an edge rusher like Robinson to try and negate the speed. Here, the Patriots do this to give number 75 some help here. It doesn't work out because Robinson beats him with speed and gets a play on the quarterback. Let's check it out. All right, there's a snap. We get a little chip help right there from 81. Robinson still is able to get around and sack Drake May. This is just unadulterated speed, right? Again, the whole concept here, the whole strategy here from the Patriots is to force him wide to give number 75 some help. And despite that help, he has no chance. Robinson does a great job beating him with speed, but the technique is really sound as well. Watch how Robinson throws away the hands of 81. You see that move right there? It's a little subtle thing, knocking away his hands. Great technique. And then here, watch him dip his shoulder right there. You guys see that? Oh my goodness, that's great. Right there. Dip. Right under the hands of the tackle, gets a sack. We know Robinson's a phenomenal athlete. We know he came out of college with a lot of potential. Now we're seeing the technique shine. He's becoming a superstar in this Dolphins defense. All right, from the wide copy, watch how he knocks down the hands. You can see 81's hands go down. And then right here, you're going to see 44 Robinson's shoulder dip right there underneath the tackle's hands, gets the sack. Great rep from the rookie. All right, going the other way now, you can see Robinson right there on the left side of your screen. He's lined up really wide. We'll call that a wide 5 technique or a 7 technique for alignment because there's no tight end there, obviously. You can see the Dolphins have 1, 2, 3 edge rushers or defensive linemen, I should say, on the right side of your screen, the left side of the offense. The whole process here for the Dolphins is just try and create one-on-one matchups. Usually how it works is this guy inside, he goes this way. His goal is to try and pull the center this direction just like this. And then they usually either run some kind of stunt right here. Maybe the tackle goes around, the defensive end comes inside, something like that to get one-on-one matches with these guys on these guys right here. That's the whole point here schematically from the Dolphins defense. Now you do this on the right side of your defense. That way on the left side, Robinson here kind of gets to work on an island with the tackle right here. This is a really good opportunity for Robinson because in situations like this, you can see offenses are going to focus on this guy. They're going to focus on these 3 guys. That means Robinson's not going to get a lot of attention. He's in a mano-a-mano situation and he dominates cleanly. Let's check it out. All right, there's a snap right there. You can see 92 going to the left side of your screen. You can see one-on-one pass rushes here. We actually get a little game between 92 and 93 inside. Again, the whole point here is to try and create one-on-one matchups. The Patriots do a halfway decent job picking it up on that side of the football, right? Credit to them. But let's look at Robinson right here. Number 75 has been dealing with that speed rush all game long. He's waiting for it. And then at the last second, Robinson actually engages with his outside shoulder right there. Look how this offensive tackle leans, right? This is a guy who's been on his heels. He's waiting to turn and run to try and shove Robinson up the field. And the moment Robinson comes to him, he's off balance, right? He's caught flat-footed. See how much weight he's got on his back foot? See how his front foot is basically off the ground? That's because he's essentially doing a DB back pedal because he's worried about Robinson's speed. When Robinson engages him, all his weight essentially goes dead, and then Robinson's able to get around him, get a hit on the quarterback, incomplete pass. This is what speed does, right? It throws offensive linemen in one-on-one situations in just a terrible fit, right? There's nothing you can do here because if you don't go back aggressively in a back pedal, then he'll beat you around with speed like we saw in the first play. Here, 75 just has no chance, and Robinson shows he's becoming a dominant pass rusher.
Yeah, Nick. And last week we did a film review on Robinson. We talked about it. A little bit of his weaknesses were inconsistency. Good game, bad game. Good game, bad game. Could he string together multiple good games? Going off last week's performance, it's looking like no, because last week he had a good game. This week he had an otherworldly game. So I guess we're going to have to see another otherworldly game next week to kind of stack things together. I kid, but this was an absolutely fantastic way to build off of last week, his highest graded game. This is now his highest graded game in 90.8 pass rushing grade for him. He had 10 total pressures, 2 sacks. He was off the charts in this game, season highs in every statistical category that you can imagine. Robinson is really off to the races, and he is looking like an absolute, like you said, superstar for the Dolphins.
All right, let's go with the run defense here. There's Robinson, of course, right there on the right side of your screen. This time he's head up on the tight end right here. We'll call that a six technique, maybe a six eye. So here what the Patriots are going to do is they're going to try and run a counter concept. They're going to get block downs by everybody up front working this way, block down this way with 81 trying to force Robinson inside if possible. Then we're going to get everyone pulling right here to kick out and lead the way. And then we're going to running back to follow these guys, right? It's an old school play. Everyone runs some form of it, right? Here, the Patriots are thinking they need to get angles to get some blocks. So they're going to get 77 trying to get an angle that way, 71 an angle that way, 75 up to the next level, and 81 just trying to crash Robinson and down inside this direction. And then they've got the pullers, of course. The Dolphins, two-way man. I think literally every single Dolphins defender blows it up, but Robinson joins the party with a really nice job. His assignment to slant inside this direction, that was the scheme. He recognizes what's coming, reacts, and then gets north and south. Great job by the rookie here. Let's check it out. All right, there's a snap. You can see the backside left guard, left tackle pulling for the Patriots. You can see 92 beats the center cleanly, right? Blows that play up right there. This play's dead starting right there. You can see right here at the point of attack, little pile created right there. Not great. 75 doesn't get a good job on the linebacker. Number 6 flows over the top. Number 20 is filling, right? I mean, it's just a disaster for the Patriots. Great play for the offense. 74 misses 2. I mean, this is a debacle or really good defense. Let's be positive. Let's call this really good defense from the Dolphins. And let's focus on Chop Robinson when it comes to that. He's slanting inside right here and he gets his foot in the ground. He sees what's coming and gets north and south. Here's what I love about this play. It didn't show up on the stat sheet. Robinson certainly had a lot of stat-worthy plays. But even if the Dolphins, to literally every human being on the field, hadn't blown this play up, right? Let's say 71 had gotten movement. Let's say they hadn't missed this block here. They had gotten up to the next level, yada, yada, yada. Robinson right here, he actually makes a play. He's in a perfect position to blow this up in the backfield by himself. And that's what I like to see. Him being a game wrecker in the pass rush game, we kind of knew that was going to happen eventually, but I love to see his improvement in run defense as well.
Yeah, Nick, and I think this is also a testament because this has been somewhat of the weakness of Robson, the run defense game. He's put up some not so great numbers there throughout the season. Hasn't really had anything too stellar so far. But this is, again, highest graded run defense game of the season as well. That 67.3 mark in run defense. Doing a lot of great things. I think that he's really putting it together and being a multifaceted player. Some people thought he comes in a little bit thin at the edge rusher position, about 250, 6'3". But could he block the run? Like, could he play the run, do well being stout in the run game? I think we're saying, yes, he can. This is a performance we like to see him repeat like he has in the pass rush game. He's had 4 incredible pass rush games back to back to back to back. I think we're going to start to see better and better run defense games as well as he puts together all the pieces this season.
All right, let's go back to the pass rush game. There's Robinson, of course, right there on the right side of your screen. So the Patriots, once again, they had the tight end split out right here to make Robinson a really wide 9. Again, the goal is to help out this tackle as much as possible. This is not just a speed rush here from Robinson. This is just, I am a physically tougher, bad dude than 85, than 75, than a lot of people in the NFL. This was an awesome play by 44. Let's check it out. All right, there's a snap. You can see 85's pass protecting right here. He gets dish-ragged. 75 gets dish-ragged. Robinson's part of the sack. Dominating football, right? This is awesome stuff because we know Robinson has speed, right? We know he's a great athlete, can beat people around the edge. But we're starting to see some power in his game, folks, and that gets me excited. Look at this arm under move right here. Throws 85 to side and then gets his hands immediately into 75 and blows right through him. Gets on the quarterback. This is awesome stuff from Chop Robinson. And it's so good. I think 85's assignment here is supposed to chip and then get out in like a check down. But Robinson dish rags him so much that he basically eliminates the quarterback's check down. Drake May right here, quarterback for New England. He's probably looking to hit 85 in the flat right here just to avoid the sack. But 85 is 8 yards behind him because 44 threw him that far. This is what a game record does. This is what the Khalil Macks, the Bosa's, the Micah Parsons, the Watts, right? This is what they do. And this is what Robinson could become, and to be honest, is very quickly becoming. Just demolishing. These are not bad football players. Hunter Henry has played a lot of football. He's a good football player. 75, I mean, he's got some things to work on, but he's a professional tackle, right? These are not scrubs by any means. And Robinson is making them look like high school players. He's become a dominant force for Miami. From the wide copy, watch him just dish rag 85 right here like it's nothing. Just throws him aside, like almost off the screen, right? All the way there on the left. That is absolutely bonkers, right? Again, this is the NFL. This is grown man football. And Robinson's making 85 look like nothing and then completely throws aside 75-2 and gets to be part of the sack. We know he has speed. We know he's a great athlete. We talked about it all the way back in the preseason. But the power, the explosiveness, my goodness, he's become a force. Art, staying with that same thing of Robinson evolving, becoming better and better. My favorite pass rush move that any defensive end uses is the speed to power. I love it because as a former offensive tackle, I always felt it was really tough to stop. So speed to power is essentially threaten with speed vertically and then put your foot in your ground and drive through the offensive tackle's chest to get to the quarterback. It's a really great move, and I always found it hard to stop because if you're threatened with speed, you're going to backpedal or kick step, I should say, to try and cut off like we saw earlier from 75, right? You're trying to get back in your stance right there so that way you can cut off the speed move from getting around you to the quarterback. Now, if you go inside too early, it allows the offensive tackle to take a step and then kind of bury you inside. So what you want to do is kind of in between the two. You want to threaten with speed and then put your foot in your ground and humiliate this offensive lineman and drive him into the quarterback. I love it when young defenders use this move. Some of these guys in college are so used to being faster than everybody else that they just run around everybody in the NFL. You can't always do that, although Robinson's getting pretty close. But here he used speed to power with great effect. All right, there's a snap. You can see Robinson threatened vertically, go inside, pressure on Drake May, almost gets another sack. Blurry vision, gotta love that, right? Jeez, not great camera work right there for the all 22 film. But let's look at Robinson right here on 75 1-on-1. This is what I'm talking about with threatened vertically. See how he gets right there in his first two steps, force 75 to get so deep. Right here, 40. By the time 75 recognized it was coming at him, right? Robinson goes to the power. His feet get close together. He's got no base. He's on his toes. He's just going to get thrown back into the quarterback. He has no chance. And I'm not hating on 75 right here. This is so tough to stop because right here, you're trying to, okay, is he going to go quick inside? Can I pick up that move while also getting depth, right? You see how he's trying to get deep in his drop. See how deep he's getting? 75, compare that to 59 and obviously the center and the two guards. He's so worried about Robinson's speed rush, and rightly so, that he's getting really deep in his kick step right here. Robinson goes with the power move, the speed to power transition, blows through him. There's not an offensive tackle in the NFL that can stop this, folks. This is the move that's unbeatable. If you've got enough speed to threaten tackles and you're willing to go speed to power, you cannot be stopped, and Robinson is showing that here. All right, let's look at the wide copy. Watch Robinson get up the field his first two steps. Right there, see how much depth 75, the Patriots right tackle, has to give up. And now right here, put your foot in the ground and attack this offensive tackle. Right there, he's on his heels. No chance. Pressure on the quarterback. Speed to power, undefeated, folks. All right, so why does speed to power work? Well, you have to have speed, right? And obviously Robinson, who's over there on the right side of your screen, he's got that in spades, and this plays a perfect example of it. And the Dolphins do a great job scheming it up. You can see right here, they've got Robinson on the right. They've got a B-gap defender there, an A-gap defender there, a linebacker walked up, and of course an edge rusher right there on the left side of the offense. And looking at this structure, you can tell what's forced to happen. They're forcing 71 for the Patriots to come over here. They're forcing 77 to come over here, right? Because you don't want the running back to have to take that guy or that guy or that guy, right? If the running back has to pick up anybody blitzing, you want him to be this direction, picking up this guy or that guy, right? It's a favorable matchup. You get a big defensive tackle on a running back right in front of the quarterback, bad things happen. So what does that do, right? If you get 71 focused on him and 77 focused on him, it means Robinson's one-on-one with 75, and he has embarrassed 75 all game long. This time he relies on pure speed and gets it done. Let's check it out. All right, there's a snap. You can see 71 and 77 step out to those guys. You'll notice what happens. Both these defensive linemen work over a gap right here. Again, the goal is to isolate Robinson one-on-one. You can see basically what the Dolphins are doing. They're pulling all of the protection to the left side of the offense to give Robinson room to work. Robinson goes with a speed move, dips his hands around, pressure on the quarterback. Man, he's so good. And this is the beautiful thing about it. Right here, you notice earlier in the cut up, he kind of dipped his shoulder. Here he doesn't. He just knocks away the hands. He's got a good array of moves, but they're very, very minor and subtle. So many young guys, they rely on having a bunch of moves that are overly dramatic. They try and do over-the-top swim moves, arm over stuff, or over-the-top spin, things like that. Keep it simple, man. Sometimes just do a little shoulder rip move like you did earlier in the cut up. That would be good, a shoulder dip and rip. Here, it's all about knocking away the hands. Right there, offensive tackle tries to jab you, knock away his hands, beat him with speed, hit the quarterback. Great rep from Robinson.
Yeah, Nick, when we talk about how good Robinson has been, especially the last 3 weeks, he has been on a tear. I think that has something to do with the Dolphins now being on a 3-game winning streak. But if you look at exactly how good Robinson has been per PFF, he is the #1 ranked pass rusher in the NFL over the last 3 weeks. He's gotten 22 pressures, 3.5 sacks total, and this has bumped his overall pass rushing grade for the season up to a 79.7. That puts him 16th in the NFL on the season. And where does that land him in front of? Guys like Zadarius Smith, guys like Max Crosby, guys like Joey Bosa. Robinson is now ahead of those kind of players. I think Robinson has been off to the races lately, and we've really seen a strong performance from him down the last 3-game stretch.
All right, let's end on one of my favorite plays from Chop Robinson. There he is right there, of course, on the left side of your screen. You can see the Dolphins have 2 guys walked up right here, and they're going to fire him just like this in these gaps. Robinson's going to come out here as well. 44, Chop Robinson here. He is outside contain, right? He's got to make sure the quarterback doesn't escape or anybody doesn't escape outside of him. And what the Patriots do is actually a pretty good design. They actually have this receiver, instead of trying to chip outside, they have him basically wall Robinson off inside right here and allow Drake May to escape in a natural kind of, it's not a rollout, but it gives him an easy out. It's a really good strategy here by the Patriots. Robinson, though, very smart player, recognized what happens when he gets blocked down inside, gives up on his pass rush move smartly, right? If he had kept working, he'd be washed down. May would escape. Instead, what he does, the moment he feels the pressure, he bounces back to maintain his contain, and then he makes a play on the football to boot. Let's check it out. All right, there's a snap. You can see 20 blitzing. You can see 11 blitzing right there as well. You can see 44 Chop Robinson. He's going in his pass rush move. And right there, he gets jammed down inside. So right here, you can see they have no contain. The Dolphins lost contain. Not good. May is an athletic, mobile quarterback with a big arm. Basically, any quarterback can lose contain, but certainly an athletic young guy like May is a bad sign. But let's watch how Robinson reacts here. The moment he feels it, he turns around, retraces his steps, gives up his pass rush move, and gets back to outside contain. I love this. This is team defense. This is smart. This is selfless, not selfish. This is a guy, even though he's getting sacks and pressures, he turns down an opportunity to maybe get one here, right? Instead, he does this good, clean assignment football, goes back to outside contain, and then knocks the ball down. Makes a play to boot. Great stuff from Chop Robinson. We know he's making plays. We know he's doing it in the pass rush game. Speed move, speed to power. We know he's getting better in the run game, but he's also a team guy, a fundamentals guy, doing the right thing with assignment football. I love to see this from a young edge defender.